Hi, I'm Cheryl. I have another simple to make Christmas card. Um, who needs to make yourself crazy at Christmas time? You can still send out cards to all your friends that are and have a little homemade um, or handmade card to send them. So I'm going to show you. I'll show you how I made this one. And you'll need piece of crumb cake cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. That's your card base. A piece of designer series paper. I chose this diagonal stripe. I just thought it was pretty, but you could pick any one. And this came from the Merry Little Christmas designer series paper, and it's a 3 by 3 piece. I'm going to do a little something different in my demo card than I did in my sample. I'm going to 3D my package a little bit. So I have 2 pieces of, it's fairly thin fun foam. If you can get thicker foam, then you would only need 1 piece. But I needed 2, so I have 2 3 by 3 pieces. I have a glue dot here. I'll need that for my bow. And a piece of Whisper White cardstock. You don't need a very big piece, just big enough to punch your Christmas label out. And let's see, a piece like 3 by 2 is sufficient. I'm using just a scrap. You can see I punched my label out the other side here. And we have the oh, I forget what this stamp is, or what this is called, but it comes with the Merry Little Labels bundle. Oh, it's the Everyday Label Punch. That's what it's called. And you can get it bundled with Merry Little Labels, and it's got a lot of nice labels on here. So most of them are Christmassy ones, but then who doesn't need Christmassy ones? But then there's one also that says just for you, that could be used anytime. I'm using the other set that comes that will coordinate with this. It doesn't come in the bundle, but this is Labels to Love, and this I'm going to be using this one right here, the Merry Christmas with the little tree and everything. It says Merry Christmas and best wishes for a Happy New Year. But then it has a Halloween one. That's just a border one here, and it has these that can fit in this border. And it has to and from, which you can use. Who can't use those? I always seem to never have labels to put on packages, so I thought these were great sets to have. And I'm using a gold glitter ribbon, and this is 5/8 of an inch wide, and I need about 18 inches of that. We're using some Snail, some Tombow. I'm using Real Red ink pad. And then I'm going to try something else a little different on this card, and I'm going to use Garden Green also this time. So same basic idea for the card, but I'm going to switch it up just a little bit. And you could do it either way. This came out, I think that's kind of cute. It looks like a Christmas package for them. So, let's start out. We're going to stamp our label first. And you do the stamping first, and then you can line that up nicely in with your label punch afterwards. I'm inking that up with the Real Red. Straight down, hold it for 3 seconds, and straight up. It gives that ink just a little bit of time to transfer. And I'll get my punch out, and hold your punch upside down, and slide your paper in, line it up, and there we go. That looks, I need to come to the side a little bit here. There. There we go. And punch it out. See, this is something you could do while you're sitting watching TV. You could stamp a whole bunch of these and then just have a good old time watching television. Oh, for the extra thing I want to do, I thought it'd be nice. I'm going to sponge with the red along the edges here, and I'm going to stamp with garden green ink. Let me grab a sponge. If you want to do it this way, you'll need a sponge also in addition to all the other things. So I'm just going to do my red all around the edges here. This really fast. This is on my card base. And I'm making it so that you see it's got little bits that come in more than on the edge here. Okay, so now we've got the card base ready. We have this ready. I just need to glue these bits together. I need to use my Tombow, and I'll glue my two pieces of fun foam together. Again, good amount of Tombow on there. Just line those up real well. There we go, that's that. And now I'll glue my designer paper on. Okay, and that's lined up real well. That'll give us some nice dimension on the front of our card, and if you're mailing it, you still won't have to worry about your card getting squashed, because the whole thing is under the whole thing has the fun foam under it. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to need a piece of ribbon. I want that to wrap around. On my original card, since it was one-dimensional, I just cut it even with the bottom, but since this is dimensional, I want it to wrap around the ends here, so let me trim off a piece to use there, and then we'll make the bow. And this is a standard fork bow, but I'm just going to use my fingers. And this ribbon is very stiff, so it's a little hard to work with. If you have nice soft ribbon, it'll go easier for you. Okay, so I want about 2 inches extending past my finger. Okay, you see here, right here. That's one of the tails. And we're going to bring it, I'm going to wrap it around my other finger. Then I'll bring this back, and I'm going to estimate how big of a piece I need here. So I want it about as long as this side, so I want about 2 inches, and I'm going to add another inch to wrap. So I'll cut that off. Okay, and we'll go start over again here. Okay, so about 2 inches extending past. Wrap it around my fingers, like so. Okay, so this will be above this ribbon here. That's the bottom ribbon there with the tail we measured. And we'll stick that right down here in between your two fingers. Try to keep that nice. And remember, this side is going to be the front of the bow. Okay, so you want that to lay nicely. Okay. Now, this is the hard part. Unless you have an assistant who can help you tie the bow, we're going to tie our two ends And I'm going to have to go off screen now because I have to hold one end of my mouth. Glitter in my mouth, I'm sure. But, and you want to tie that nice and tight. You want to get that a good tight knot there. There we go. See? See, it's nice and tight. Now I can slide this off my fingers. And we have our bow. There's the front. And we'll just kind of twist our little tails so the glitter side is facing forward on both of them. And there. There you are. Nice even little bow. So, there's a lot of different ways you can make these. A lot of times I use a little wooden comb that I have that I bought because I thought it was so cute, but it's not good for combing your hair. So it's just kind of a decorative thing. But, or a fork, because they are fork bows. There's a lot of videos out about making fork bows. So I'm ready to put my ribbon on my package. So I'm going to run Snail the whole length of my ribbon here. Now turn this over, center it on my package, and flatten that down, and just wrap it around, and that will stay so well for you. Now, here comes one of my assistants. I have everybody in my craft room today. I don't know why I'm so popular. They can't go and do things on their own somewhere. But, yeah. So I have 3 cats and 1 dog in here. Luckily, my big boy, my big cat, oh, he's trying to sleep. One of the little ones is bugging him. Can you hear him in the background? Okay, so anyway, we'll stamp our little greeting on the front here. And this is thinking of you at Christmas. Now, where did I get these? I don't think I told you. Boy, am I not prepared. Let me see. I've got most of my Christmas stamps here. Here comes Godzilla. I just stepped in my ink pad. Okay, so on the inside, oh, the inside is from Snowflake Sentiments. And that says, wishing you a season of joy, a season of cheer, but most of all, a wonderful year. So that kind of goes with the tag on the front. And then, thinking of you at Christmas. I got that from Season Like Christmas. But you know what? I bet you have Christmas stamps already. You don't have to go out and get these sets just for these two stamps. Use what you have. That's my motto. Use what you have. There's a saying, use it up, wear it out, make do, or do without. That's kind of an old style thinking, I guess. Okay, so we're thinking of you at Christmas. I'm going to use the garden green on this card. I'm going to stamp that in the bottom right-hand corner. And then I will use the other stamp, the wishing you a season of joy. And I'm going to use that garden green again. Hopefully this will line up. And there we go. So all of our stamping is completed and we can assemble the card. So for our present, You could use snail on this. I don't see why not. I'm going to use snail, because then it'll be dry immediately, and I don't have to wait for the Tombow to dry. And we need to leave some room at the top for the bow. So I'm going to put this centered side to side, and I'm having it just over where I stamp my sentiment, and I'll take my glue dot and put that on the back of my bow. Put that right on the top of my package, and then I can trim my ends. I'm just going to do a simple diagonal cut on my ends, and we're done. Ta-da! Oh, no, we're not. Duh. What was I thinking? I still have to put my tag on. My package needs a tag. I'll just put some snail on the back. I'm going to tuck this in so it looks like it's attached. I'm not going to attach it, and have it kind of tilted on the diagonal, and there we go. Now I can say, ta-da, it's done. So if you liked my video, then be sure to hit that like button down below. If there's any Stampin' Up! Products that you'd like to purchase, then I would love to have you come and shop with me. And you can do that either through my Facebook page or my website. And as always, I'll have all the materials I used listed down below, and I will put those 2 stamp sets I forgot to tell you about at the beginning. I'll put those on there too. So y'all take care, stay safe, and have a merry, merry Christmas. And that's I'm sorry, that's the first and last time I'll ever sing on my videos. So take care.